Today on New England Living, we're visiting a Rockport studio known for its handcrafted, locally inspired screen prints. And we're checking out a gorgeous back bay penthouse with stunning city views. Plus, dessert lovers rejoice. We're exploring the latest innovations in chocolate. It all starts right now on New England Living. New England is full of adventure. I can't believe you guys are letting me do this.
Up and away.
Look at that. Oh, you just did your first takeoff.
Join me as we discover the people and places that make us so unique.
This is it. You can't find it anywhere else in North America.
I mean, does it get any better than this? Love the place you call home with New England Living. Thanks for joining us today on New England Living. I'm your host, Rachel Holt. Coming up, we're heading to scenic Rockport for a look at a New England-inspired studio and gallery owned and operated by artist couple Ingrid and Rusty Knunnan. You're Rusty, you're Ingrid. What is Rusty and Ingrid, the shop? What do you do?
Well, we're an artist couple. We work together and we create handmade fine art screen prints.
What is unique about our shop here in Rockport is that it's not just a gallery where we can show our work and sell our prints, but it is where we make them, and it makes them more special, we think, if people can see the process, because a lot of people are not sure what is a screen print, and we both believe strongly that people want to experience that and be part of that and see how things are made.
What is the design process? How does it work?
We start with the inspiration, the scene that we want to make. We decide together, what is it going to look like? What do we need to include? Is it going to be a ski print? Is it going to be a landscape or seascape? We use reference photos, we use sketches to make the design, and then we take that sketch, that design, and we decide together, how are we going to turn this into a screen print? And there are many steps to do that, but ultimately we take that sketch and then we create a multicolor design that we can then turn into a print that is printed one color at a time.
We are right in the heart of Rockport. You have a storefront on Dock Square. Tell me how this area impacts what you do.
The one great thing about Rockport is it's so iconic, yet it's so accessible. It's close to Boston, it's close to lots of places in New England.
And we want to create artwork for the people who come to visit that maybe represents something of their time here, but it also represents us because we love living in Rockport. It feels like a dream that we get to live here. It's so beautiful, it's inspiring. We love the community here, the business community, the art community, and to have our store right downtown is like a dream come true for us. And to be right here, especially so close to where we are inspired and the types of imagery that we create, it's great. And we're always thinking about, what else can we make and what other designs we can make just based here where we are.
Growing up in New England, there are a lot of places that we love, and we want to represent New England in general, not just the coast. We spend summers up on a lake up in Maine, and so a lot of our scenes represent the lakes of Maine or the coast of Maine. And then when we're thinking about New England in the winter, we think about the mountains and skiing, and so we create designs that way.
Our work is all about New England, and we always try to capture the feeling, not just like the specific places, but we do notice that our customers will come in and say, this really captures New England. It captures the feeling of the places that I love, and we're so happy when that happens because we love these places, we love the locations that we're depicting, and we feel like they represent us because we're from here.
Why did you decide to do screen printing? Because it seems like there are a lot of steps involved and it's a lot of work.
The basic idea is that we wanted a handmade printing process that is relatively efficient to do so that we could offer a real handmade piece of fine art at a more affordable price than, say, an original painting. If you're doing an original painting, you can only have one of them and you have to price it accordingly. That is a little out of reach for a lot of people. And then we also didn't want to do digital prints or photocopies of art. We wanted something in between. We wanted something that was a handmade process.
We both are trained as painters and we love painting and we just love art making. And it also just made a way for us to build this as a business and to have help and to sell at arts markets. And that's just the way we realize that we can make a living as artists.
All of these are handmade and you have so many iconic places. One that I noticed in particular was Fenway Park.
So when we're thinking about that design, I was thinking about the very first time that I went to Fenway and trying to bring that sense of nostalgia into the work.
And everyone will bring their own memories to that print, and it will mean different things to different people.
It's a balance of, like, if you put too much detail into a design, then people will look at it and say, well, I was at that place, but not on that day. The lighting was different, or I didn't see that. So the process of abstracting the forms and simplifying the colors creates more opportunity for people to project their own memories into the work. That's how we found over time, the more abstract our work is, the more people can kind of connect to it.
From the photograph to the sketch to the ink to the print and all the steps in between, what is it like seeing a scene that you love and bringing it to life for other people to enjoy?
Well, it's a discovery process because it's not going to look and feel like the photograph in the end. And in fact, some of designs come from our imagination and have no photo reference at all. It's exciting just to see where it will go.
Given that every print is done one color at a time, you must really emphasize every single shade. How do you go about picking each color for your artwork?
Screen printing shows the colors really well. They're solid colors and they present really well. And we're using minimal colors when we make designs. So that means that each color is very important. We want all of our prints to coordinate really well together so that people can collect several pieces, hang them in their house, and they look good together.
We mix all of our own colors. We never use a color straight from the store. And we really think about each color, its significance, because there's so few colors, so each one matters a lot, and we go back and forth about how to make these colors work together really well.
People can walk in, they can buy a print, but they can also see the process in action, which I think is really cool.
The most excited is when you see the customer react to the design, because we see it come together, we are happy about how the colors came out, but what really is meaningful is when somebody walks into the store, looks at the design, and has an emotional reaction or says, it reminds me of my childhood, of my experience at this place. And that's when we realize, okay, this works, because it's not just about our experience and the design we make, but how other people respond to the work.
Coming up after the break, we're getting a sneak peek at one of the Back Bay's most exclusive luxury listings. When New England Living returns after this. Welcome back to New England Living. I'm Rachel Holt. Coming up, we're in downtown Boston with our luxury real estate expert, Ricardo Rodriguez. Ricardo, you're back again. We love having you.
Yes, I love it. Thank you.
And you always show us these amazing properties.
Thank you.
And one of the things that you always say is it's not where you live, it's how you live.
Yes.
How are we seeing that in this unit?
No, listen, thank you for remembering that. Good memory, by the way. Thank you. I think that sometimes, in real estate, we get stuck on this idea of square footage, bedrooms, all that, which is really important. But I always think that the lifestyle component, how you live, is really the most important element. I think this home is a clear example of that. I think one of my favorite things about Boston is that Boston overall is really a lifestyle-driven city. There's so many things for people to do regardless of where you are. And a location like this is really so quintessential an example of that. It's of course about your home and all those cool facts, but it's ultimately about community, and it's about your life and how this home and where you are brings happiness to your life overall.
We are in such a coveted location here, yet up on the roof, it's nice and quiet.
Right.
You have no idea that we are steps away from busy Newberry Street.
I know. It's the most amazing little place. So we are right now in a double brownstone. This unit is two brownstones that were combined, and so you have this double width, which is fantastic. We're also on first block of Back Bay, which is always the most coveted kind of like address. Literally, when we say steps to the public garden, it's literally a step to the public garden. Total will be 4 bedrooms, 3 parking spaces, roof deck. It has it absolutely all. I'm happy to show you this as a little preview because it hasn't come on market yet. I just wanted you to see it.
We love being in the know
Yes,
on what's going on here, and you really
Absolutely.
don't need to leave this place. What are some of those luxury amenities that we can find in this penthouse?
So what we have here is a quintessential brownstone living. This penthouse is special because you have, first of all, direct elevator entrance. The elevator doors are going to open, and literally to the right, as you turn right, you're going to see this oversized kitchen, beautiful warm tones. And then as you continue to turn right, you're going to see this really beautiful proportioned living dining area with a fireplace as well as 4 skylights, which bring beautiful light. And if you look out the windows, you can see really nice views of Back Bay as well as parts of downtown Boston, which is quite wonderful. And then in the back of the home, you're going to have one of the guest bedrooms, which is a really big bedroom for a guest room, and then also access into your primary bedroom, which has a beautiful walk-in closet. You pass through actually the walk-in closet into this gorgeous 4-piece bathroom, which has a separate tub as well as the shower and then the sinks. And then something that I really like about it is that in the front of the house, you have this additional guest suite. And so it's nice, beautiful flow, really easy use of the space. And then as you come up the stairs, you find yourself right where we are, which is this stunning roof deck with 360-degree views of the entire city. Not just the Back Bay, but the entire city.
This, to me, is the best part, being up here.
Absolutely. Let's just move here. Let's
So
move
we'll
right
take
into
it. Yeah, how do we do
Let's
this?
do it right now, I guess. We're pulling all the money together and we'll buy it for sure.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I agree with you.
We are one street over from Boston Common, yet up here we have our own outdoor oasis.
Yes.
And it seems like this is what people are really seeking these days, the outdoor space.
Yes, outdoor, it's always such a priority for people that are living in the city. And because we are talking about a very specific price point, we are really in this luxury market segment, outdoor is almost imperative. It's something that people are really looking as a way of enhancing their very urban lifestyle. So you can walk 5 minutes, you are in some of the best restaurants in town. But if you want to have a beautiful barbecue at home with the family or with friends, you just go up the stairs and then you find yourself in this stunning oasis with beautiful views, 360-degree views. So it's pretty spectacular, pretty special that way.
What are some trends that you're noticing when it comes to designing in terms of these luxury properties?
So certainly we're still looking for more of a transitional aesthetic. Maybe it's a little bit more modern that maybe in the past. The Back Bay in general is one of those neighborhoods that has a lot of more traditional inventory. But when we're looking at some of the renovations and some things that are happening, you still see some of that traditional level there, more towards transitional with very kind of like modern touches. And I think this home shows you that. You know, it has that beautiful classic vibe, but then you see a lot of the finishes are very linear, very contemporary, very modern in many ways.
What are some trends that you're noticing lately in the luxury market?
I think one of them has to do with square footage. I think that's one of those things that I think hasn't kind of like gone away. And I think this home is a clear example of that. Homes that are being combined or that are offering a lot of square footage in one floor. That is one. The second thing that we are seeing in the luxury market segment is in line with that, and it has to do with your primary bedroom as some sort of oasis. So this idea that your bedroom kind of like opens seamlessly right into your closet, right into your bathroom. So it's not this idea of a series of rooms and doors throughout the single space. It's just almost one large space in which you just move seamlessly, almost like a hotel room in some ways. So I think that those are two of those trends that we're seeing in luxury homes, as well as the coveted nature of outdoor space. People really want outdoor space. That is one of those things that a lot of our buyers are not compromising with. Even if they have multiple homes, even if they have a summer home somewhere else, they still love the idea of having private outdoor space in town.
Coming up after the break, we're getting a lesson in all things chocolate with French master pastry chef Delphin Gomes when New England Living returns. Welcome back to New England Living. Up next, chocolatier and master pastry chef Delphin Gomes joins us in the test kitchen. Delphin Gomes is a master pastry chef and the former director of the pastry program at the Cambridge School of Culinary Arts. Born and trained in the Burgundy region of France, Chef Gomes is now the head of chocolate innovation and development at M Cacao, a gourmet chocolatier in Amesbury, pioneering an innovative new approach to making chocolate for people who truly love food. We're here at the Clark Sub-Zero and Wolf showroom, and I am joined by Chef Delphin Gomes of M Cacao, and you're known for your chocolates, so we know we're getting a delicious treat here today. What are you making?
Well, today we are doing a chocolate from our new collection based on the salsa around the world. is best in a ganache. It's already been prepared. I throw the figs in the food processor, my cream, my star anise, my butter, and some of the Pernod. And I make an emulsion with that. And after like a minute of emulsion, we end up with this product here, which is a nice ganache. From there, we put that in a frame. You could use at home, you could use rulers to put that between. The frame or the rulers allow us to have an even thickness. So that's what we do, we just frame it and chill it overnight.
Lucky for us, you already did that for us.
You already
So we
made it.
have the finished one
So
here.
now you just do this, and you just go with a knife around the frame, and then you just remove the frame.
Now, obviously, so much of what you do is about the taste and using the local ingredients, but it's also about the presentation because these really do look like works of art.
To me, that's the hardest part. It's right to come with something original, you know. To put together is nothing. It's a piece of cake that. What's creative is to really find the right textures, the right balance, the right flavors, and you go from there.
What is the philosophy at M Cacao in regards to viewing chocolate as a food rather than a candy?
That was our philosophy from the very beginning, and that's what we work with, the ingredients from chilies, from fresh herbs, from whatever we work with. We pay very much attention to the product first and sugar last. We put a lot of thought into the flavors, into the combinations also of flavors, not just adding stuff to add.
Let's talk about some of those combinations because you really do get creative, whether you're pairing chocolate with the hottest chili peppers in the world or even technology.
Yeah. So we do some research. We don't just put something together, you know, we try to figure out the chili caramels example, you know, we don't just use a chili powder, you know, we actually have a farm who grow our chilies and we process them ourselves. We dry them out, we pulverize them. We don't put oils in there. So it's not just try to get you with the heat, it's get you also with the fruit itself.
One of the things that I really love about your chocolates is obviously the presentation and the fact that they're so beautiful, but also that they're all made from scratch.
Yes, they are. It's very important to us. The next step will be to the dipping and the garnishing. So we use a 70% chocolate and we temper it basically, and then you're gonna dip it. Here you go. And this one's gonna be perfect.
The hardest part about all of this is watching you do this and not taking a bite.
Oh, I do.
You must have a lot of self-control in what you do.
Not always.
And what salt are you pairing with this?
This is a sapphire salt, it's a black salt from Cyprus. It's not like sharp like some others.
You have a background as a pastry chef, and your partner at M Cacao, Michael, he has a background in engineering, and you can really see how those two worlds have merged together in
Yes.
the innovation, especially, for instance, when it comes to this espresso box.
I mean, it's just a good way for people to express whatever occasion there is out there. You open this box and to see a video of a relative, a baby, you know, anything for special occasions. It's an amazing thing, you know, it always puts a smile in people's face.
And these were used in the swag bags at the Grammys and the Oscars, so that's when you know you've made it. In addition to this, you also have the bite-sized chocolates, you have the art bars, you have hot chocolate. There really is a lot of variety in what you do.
Yes, from truffles to hot caramels to chocolate bars, from our chef's collection, which is our classic, you know, for an array of different tastes and flavors.
What's really fun about M Cacao is you invite the public to come to the kitchen and see you at work, and you're always offering to teach them something too.
We love that. I want people to see the way we're working. We have also classes that teach them how to make chocolate from scratch.
I'm assuming one of the favorite parts about one of the cooking classes is the eating part at the end, right?
As part of it, yes. They eat it and they take it home.
That's the part that I've been looking forward to, speaking of eating.
You got
so, are we almost there yet?
Oh, it's ready.
This is setting. We'll save this for later.
Yeah.
These are the finished product?
This is the finished product. Let me know how it tastes.
Look how beautiful. I told you, the big problem with what you do is it's almost too beautiful to eat, but this is incredible, and the way the salt blends with the chocolate is just fantastic. Yeah. And for more on M Cacao and for more cooking segments, head to our website, newenglandliving.tv. Coming up after the break, We're heading to Boston's North End to learn a spicy new cocktail recipe when New England Living returns. Welcome back to the show. Up next, our mixologist spices things up with his take on a classic Paloma. We're here at Preza in the North End, and I'm joined by Craig Carpenter. And Craig, you're making a spicy jalapeno Paloma for us, which sounds so refreshing, and it seems like this is going to be the perfect drink for summer.
Yeah, and what we're using here is Don Fulano tequila. We're going to be muddling some jalapeno, using some agave, grapefruit, and a little bit of lime juice to tie it all together.
Okay, the first step is muddling, so I'll let you get to it. With those jalapenos, we know this is going to have a little kick to it. And what I really like about this alcohol is it's certified additive free, so it's clean ingredients, it's just tequila in there.
Yeah, and the unique thing about this actual producer is they own their own agave. So from farm to production, they control the entire process, and that's why they're able to create a certified additive free tequila like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the agave, the grapefruit, and then the lime juice. And let's get some ice and shake.
Shaking like a true pro there.
Thank you.
And one of the ways that we can elevate this at home is by adding a little something to the glassware. What did you put on that rim?
Yeah, so I use Tajín, which is a chili powder. And what that's meant to do is just to give this a little kick. So for each sip you take, you get a little extra kick on that rim.
Now, as all of these ingredients are coming together, what can we expect this taste?
So we're gonna get something that's a little citrusy, a little spicy, but of course with the agave, we're sweetening that up. So we have some balance here. I think it's the perfect pre-dinner cocktail or for sipping on your patio.
Look how delicious that looks. And for this recipe, you can head to our website, newenglandliving.tv. Thanks for joining us today on New England Living. For more on the show or anything you've seen here today, visit us at newenglandliving.tv and follow us on social media. I'm Rachel Holt. See you next time on New England Living.